and they record. Yeah, like 3 more minutes left. You don't have to do it.
Where's the
Uh,
oh, okay, I get you.
Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing? Alright,
so when you're ready to share, you can click share at any time.
okay.
Sure, you can put them on each here. Wherever there's because we have spread out, wherever there's a nation, why just over here and cultures over here, I believe. And if you could give one to Cindy, that way.
Oh, give her one?
Yes, we're the ones that. Sure.
That way it'll speed things up. You need one, boss?
If you want it recorded, if you don't,
It's always a good thing.
9 o'clock.
You get it going.
You bet.
You want me to put them start? Yeah. Oh, he's not here?
Start.
It's 9 o'clock, let's start.
Or do you have any more questions?
Mine, yeah.
I've got it.
Anyway,
Another one, then just bring more.
Okay.
let me,
You ready to close this one? The one to the house.
is it time, everybody?
Yes, it's 9 o'clock.
9:02.
9:02. We'll start the September 1st, 2020. Commissioner, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We'll go to line item number 3, public testimony. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to comment on whatever? Not being any, we proceed with line item number 4. Whole 2020 workshop session.
2021.
Let me see the schedule here.
There it comes.
Hey, good morning.
And now we have a judgment.
Hey, how are you guys? How y'all doing?
I just started and we're gonna proceed. with it.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Gracias. Okay, where we at?
With the first one, constable.
Constable precinct 1 through 6, right?
Yes.
Who do we have first? He's up there. Constable, Martinez? He can come in. Mr. Long is here, so let's proceed with Mr. Jim Long, no? Albert comes, I need to. What do you call it?
That's not over on Sunday.
Okay, let's call him in. Come on in.
Who is it?
Let me go see. Albert, the constable, right?
Right, the constable.
Yeah, let me-
I saw him there too. I don't know.
Let me
if-
wait until I'll wait up, I don't call me all day. Right.
Good morning, Mr. Constable Martinez. You may come up to the podium. Yes, sir. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Cindy, good morning. How you doing? All right. You may proceed, Constable.
Judge, I have a unit that was assigned to Constable Precinct 1 through the Sheriff's Office, from Reserve officers. And I have two, one that works out of the County Court of Law, who works for the County Court of Law judge, and also helps you bailiff, Precinct 1. Of course, he and I do it together. And he also assists in serving papers. So now that again,
Who was it that assists?
George signs, he's paid through the County Court of Law, but I have a commission through me, so he assists me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, on his downtime, whenever there's no County Court of Law
Yes.
duties going on, he'll assist me. So the equivalent of a reserve, because I'm not paying him, but I am holding his commission. So with a unit that we do have, that's been fully equipped through the Sheriff's Office, by the way, the only thing is that the installation and all that was done by the forfeiture fund. And, but I don't have a budget to maintain that unit or to gas it up. So, or buy batteries or tires. I price the tires on them, depending on how many times you change the tires per year, but they're $139 a piece. So if you do two tire changes on it, I'm going to, I'm getting ahead of myself, that I proposed to gasoline, oil, lubricant, I'm asking $1,000 a year. And then going down to batteries and tires and tubes, I'm just covering 2 sets of tires. I'm not covering anything. If I wouldn't be able to cover the batteries, but I'm sure there'd be some adjustments in the event that I need batteries. So that's $1,112 that I was asking for there. Then going for repairs of motor vehicle, I just put $1,600 of repairs, possible repairs, but the vehicle seems to be in very good sound shape. It only had one deputy that drove it, and he took care of it, because, you know, I've taken it to the radio shop, or like yesterday I took it to get tires, and it sounds very sound. So, but that's not my primary unit. It'll be the reserve unit. So I have another reserve who's a former Alice PD, Julian Cavazos, and he also helps me every other week to patrol the precinct. And then for insurance premiums, just to insure the vehicle, right now it's insured through the Sheriff's Office. So I checked with the auditor's office. They said I didn't have to do anything about it. For this year, it's paid for. But next year, it would be $400 for the whole year. So basically, that's all. The total would be like $4,112 if you all would authorize it. And I'd be able to serve the precinct. I mean, the deputies aren't charging anything. The deputies that I do have, that I plan on having, there's 3 other deputies. They're all 3 retired. They're well retired, and they just want to contribute to the community, which is 3 of them. And they want to come help me. They're required by policy, constable policy, to do 2 days out of the month. So the 5 deputies doing 2 days out of the month would be a good thing. 16 hours. They can work more if they want, but that's what I've never do.
Well, I'm glad that you're utilizing reserve deputies.
Thank you, sir.
And they would be using, they would all be sharing that vehicle.
They would all be sharing that
When
unit.
you have time, if you can just. Anybody else need one?
At this point, we just listen.
Just listen.
You have one, sir.
What's it? Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's not until Friday night.
Constable,
Like
the maintenance oil change.
well, we take them to Goodyear because Goodyear charges $36 to do an oil change. So that, and like a front wheel alignment, when I just did on the unit, is 75. They're just giving us a state rate for the county. So that's why the tires are really probably $300 a tire, because it's county, we have for $139.
Cindy, did you have a copy of where we write down the request?
No, I could print something out for you. Yeah, something like that.
you could probably provide us maybe a copy of your request. I think you wrote it down, right?
Yes, I did.
You can get us a copy of that?
Yeah, but she has a
Yeah.
copy of it that we write it down as we go.
I was writing it down.
And it has the page number, but
All right.
I lost my keys and to get that one done.
We need to make more copies?
Yes.
Yeah, you could go ahead, I just
No,
read it
that's
out.
fine, yeah,
I know that we always have something to write on.
One thing I wanted to make clear, about the budget today is, like for the constable here, I told them to make sure that they make the presentation today. The requests are today. The answer's gonna be on Friday. I don't want there to be any, miscommunication. A lot of people saying, well, I'm not gonna change the bottom line, so I'm gonna say no change. But are you changing something? I said, well, yes, I'm moving from here to here. I said,
That's
well,
a change.
you have to make sure that you tell us. If you're gonna move monies from here to here, don't just say there's no change. There is a change. And I had several people that called me with that, and I said, there is a change, so there has to be change. So I just wanna make sure that we all get all the information, especially for us. One person told me, well, I'm gonna move monies from this line item to this line item, but I'm not gonna change it. That's how I'm gonna present it. I said, you can't present it like that, because we don't know
Thank
how
you,
much you're
Cindy.
changing and where you're changing it to and from. So we have to have and be clear on all of that, you know, and I just want to make it understood. on that. Appreciate it.
The way I did the changes yesterday for Monday was I got permission from the auditor, went through the budget, what was there. So we were able to get tires and get an oil change and front wheel alignment.
And they'll give you an answer on Friday.
Can I go?
Constable, thank you very much for your presentation. Appreciate it.
Well, let Cindy bring it back those.
Yeah,
those
that way
papers so y'all can
that
write
way we
down.
can be writing it down.
Sure, sure, she'll make you copies.
Thank you, Albert.
And I don't want her to miss anything because she's also working. on it.
Yeah, right. We still got another 15 minutes. We're gonna wait for the next one. At some point, Linda, we need to probably call some of these, like the district attorney, all these people that we're gonna be running ahead of schedule. So they can, maybe she can, you know, they can come in earlier,
Okay.
you know, because we're gonna have plenty of time.
We put everything just 10 minutes apart.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll figure it out after a while, see how it goes.
So you've already done all the constables?
No,
No,
No, we're lacking one.
Bartolo Guajardo just texted that he's not
Yeah.
coming in today.
Thank you.
Not coming.
So we gotta wait, we can't proceed with,
Yeah, we can.
You can get,
we're listening to the changes and y'all will have a form.
Let's wait for Cindy.
sounds good. Let me do some other work while we're at it. Linda, did we have anybody waiting in the office or no for me? This morning,
No.
you haven't been there? Okay.
Not that I know of.
I want to know the protective order. I said, you gotta go to the county attorneys. Are they open right now? County attorney's office?
I think that they only do by appointment.
Let me let these
I
people
think
know.
that the security calls them and then we see if they can go up or not, or they have to come back at a certain
call
time
them so
and
they
say,
can-
"Okay, it's done." I'm not positive, but
I'll
I
just
don't
let
think
them
people
call.
just go up there. I think they're closed to the public.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Doing well, doing well. You need to, yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your call, I was in a meeting, but, you can call the county attorney's office and if you have to set up an appointment first. And they would need to talk directly. How you doing? You doing okay this morning? Yeah, you can write it on that.
And what we'll always, also always do is Cindy, once she gets the changes, she will send it to each individual office just to make sure that we have them correct. Correct, Cindy?
Yeah, I'll send you a spreadsheet. I'll send a spreadsheet of all the requests so that way you can remember.
If you want water as well.
They don't have their,
Yeah, I will do it right here.
the pin numbers are on there. Check under.
Okay, thank you so much.
At the beginning, we show.
Thanks, thanks.
They give me-
Well, this is a good idea. I said, this is a good idea. This is a great idea because we can jot it in right now. As we go. I see now we can,
Yeah, that way we can be
don't
done.
forget what the requests were. Yeah. I was jotting them down on the side. Good morning, Susana.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning? Well, help yourself to some coffee. It's good. Okay, with the tacos, I need it. I'm hungry, man. All right. Who, can we proceed now? Cindy, are we good?
Yeah.
Do we have anyone else here? Constable Long, I know anybody else out there? Constable, you may proceed.
I handed out some flyers a while ago, those will be in front of you, so breakdown of the 21 proposed versus the 21 requested. They have it?
Yes.
Okay. No, you want me to go by those line by line, how do you want me to go?
That'd be good. We'll
Yes.
keep some.
Okay, on the salary, constables in Jim Wells County are all paid quite a few different salaries for the same position. I'm requesting a salary increase of 49,341, as highlighted in blue. The deputy for our precinct was terminated. Yes, sir. The deputy for our precinct was terminated during the budget crunch about 3 years ago. I'm requesting a deputy again for the north end of the county. We're doing a pretty good job up there, but another deputy sure would help us out on the north end. Response times are sometimes not too good. I have a lot of people calling me trying to get extra help. I can't be out 24 hours a day. I'm requesting that deputy position, 32,000. I believe that's what it was when it was terminated. I do have a county vehicle coming out 9 years old. We keep it in very good shape. That way the deputy won't have the expense for a vehicle. He has one to ride. If you go on down to the next highlighted item for the travel, I don't receive any travel from my department. Use my personal vehicle probably 98% of the time for patrolling. It's got coming out 400,000 miles on it. And some other departments have reserve officers. They are getting some money, or they are getting up to 18,000 plus for their travel. I'm requesting 18,000 for my travel and for my personal vehicle. The next one is for the DLO database subscriptions. I pay $100 a month. We use it in criminal investigations. I also help out the district attorney's office trying to find people with that. It is equivalent to the accurate system, but a little better, a lot more knowledgeable, very easy to find people. For the miscellaneous supply, I want to increase that from 8 to 1,200. From the postage, 145 for the certified letters we send out and the mailing, I want to increase that to 145 to 200. For the internet and air card, we had a budget line item last year for telephone. It was taken out, but we were still being charged for a telephone. I had to send that to the auditor's office. I believe that's picked up through the county somehow. We still have an internet charge and then the air card for the COPSync system in the vehicle. That way we can run all of our data, do our reports in the vehicle. We don't actually have to go to a shop. We can actually issue citations, do reports, investigations from the vehicle. So we're requesting for the internet and for the air card 1522, that will cover the actual dollar amount that we're paying out on an annual basis. Vehicle repairs increased from 18 to 2,200. Like I said, it's a 9-year-old vehicle. We keep it in very good shape, but it does need some repairs every now and then. For the equipment, from 1,000 to 1,200. And from the maintenance software and hardware, $2,000 to 2,200. That's for the COPSync system itself. And I don't know if Robert, did you make a better deal with COPSync on that, Robert? Robert, you did? Was there a better deal through COPSync on that, for the service for COPSync that you got through the county or not? For the annual?
Annual fee?
Yes. Well, I was paying, it's like 2012 a year for the annual subscription. I don't know if you made a better deal when the other constables got it or not. Okay, I mean, if he can get a better deal on that, we can accommodate whatever that is. Any questions on my presentation?
Pretty straightforward, Constable. We will consider everything.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you for, sir.
Can I ask something? You
Yes.
asked for 18,000 for a vehicle allowance,
Travel allowance for using my personal vehicle for patrolling, yes, ma'am.
but right now you were using a county vehicle?
No, the county vehicle is for the reserves that work for my department.
He's using his personal vehicle.
But the way we have it in the budget right now
What's his
is,
vehicle?
no, the county vehicle, the way we have it in the budget right now is that it's for the constable because he doesn't get travel. I guess if he chose to let the reserves, we didn't know. So right now, the way it's structured is that he has a county vehicle, so he doesn't get mileage or travel or anything like that because he has a county vehicle. We pay for insurance, fuel, everything like that, maintenance, everything like that. So that's why he doesn't get travel currently.
Well, that's what I was saying. The other departments now have county vehicles, but yet they still get travel on their budget.
Yeah, their travel is for their, so they can pay for their vehicle and expenses.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I normally use my own vehicle.
Yeah, but you're getting paid, but you're getting a county vehicle instead of travel. That's the way it amounts to, it looks like.
But the other departments that have a county vehicle,
Like for instance, Albert has a different unit, right, correct?
Yeah, Albert has his personal unit
And he gets allowance, travel allowance,
Yeah.
and he has a county vehicle also for his reserves.
for the reserve.
For his reserves, he's also,
So this guy's not getting an allowance like Albert is, like precinct 1 constable.
I'm just trying to keep things equitable. It seems to be a,
well, when you have to give up your car, you either have to choose travel.
Would Albert have to give up his, I mean, that's what I'm
No.
saying.
He doesn't have a,
No, Albert has a
Albert doesn't have a
reserve
company.
vehicle, Judge.
Isn't that what you have, a reserve vehicle?
yes.
And what am I not
Okay.
getting here?
No,
What
the
am I not
vehicle that we
understanding?
have it, as we have it, is supposed to be for the constable.
Right,
Like he chose the vehicle over
but
the,
I get it. What he's asking for is additional allowance travel for his personal vehicle, aside from the constable unit that he has assigned for the reserve deputies.
like I was saying, that's what I meant. He has to give up the other one, it'll just be used by the reserve and not by the constable, and he'll have to use just his
I
personal
got you.
vehicle.
So do you give up your vehicle, the constable, to the reserves,
And you don't use it.
and you don't utilize it, which you don't utilize anyway? correct?
Very seldom, only on funerals when I know advance notice is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the reason I have reserves, because we seem to have a need for extra patrols in our area. So I've had these 2 reserves now
Well,
for,
That's beside the point. The point is that if you give up your constable and just leave it reserved for your reserves, then you could request the allowance for your personal, since you're using your personal vehicle.
okay.
And
that'll be.
is that clear?
Yeah, pretty
That's as
much.
clear as it can get, I think.
That'll be for you, for your own vehicle, for you to fix it.
I don't think-
Maintenance and everything will come out of that.
Yes,
The difference is that the reserve unit uses less expense. If you compare, yes, I get a unit, the county pays for it.
or,
Allowance, okay?
right,
Then you get a county unit for your reserves. But in his case, maybe his reserves work every day, which would draw his expense higher. But if you look at what I'm requesting for the reserve unit, $4,100 versus fully, for you to maintain it fully and to gas it up every time I need it. It's just not the same. Look at the money.
yeah, we have it's actually all over the place, actually. We've never really got anything in line, so it's gonna take some time and working in progress to get things equitable and fair, which is what you're trying to do.
Yes.
And that's what we're gonna look at, so that way we can all be on the same page.
The thing is, like, precinct 1 is a huge precinct compared to precinct 8.
Yeah.
It's not the same miles and
So I guess what,
paperwork,
Well, I know he can, I mean, if he has any recollection as what his first fuel, what my expenses are for that Tahoe, they're very minimal. And it's been, excuse me, been paid for years. I mean, the reserves really don't have any, we spend probably $30 a month on fuel when they work. Now require those 2 to work 16 hours a month. And they are very, very active. You can tell on the flyer.
well, we're gonna consider everything to try to be fair and equitable, and we will look at that, and if not, then we'll make sure that we do our job, and we'll look at it, and what Albert, I think all the other constables have different scenarios,
Yes.
different situations.
They usually get a vehicle from the sheriff's department, that's what they do.
Well, the vehicle's paid for.
Huh?
The vehicle's paid for
Where did you get that vehicle from?
the county.
It's a
9
county
years ago.
vehicle, yeah, which you can certainly use it for the reserves.
Yes.
But the vehicle that you drive, we can't put any money into it. If
Even
you
though I
choose to
run
go
radar
travel,
and
if
patrol on
you
that
choose to
vehicle,
go to travel, we cannot furnish a car for you. Only for your reserve.
okay, even though that the vehicle I normally patrol in, I run radar, I answer calls out of that vehicle, 33 traffic.
Yeah.
That's what the 1,800, what the money is. That's what the additional travel,
Mhm.
that's for you,
Okay.
for maintenance and
That's the
everything.
reason I'm asking, yeah.
That's what it's gonna be for.
Okay. Any other questions?
And let me tell you, Mr. Long, right here, if you get the allowance versus the vehicle, the allowance, it doesn't come out. The allowance is, you wear your car out before you have through the year, before you run out of money. It's, the allowance is, we get an allowance, and to me, the mileage and all the wear and tear on your vehicle, insurance and all that.
Plus, I mean, it eats it up pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Anything will be helpful. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel it, but if you want savings for the county, you take that deal, you take the allowance versus getting your own vehicle from the county, because I always felt that we put the county expense to buy a vehicle, wear and tear, fuel and all that, it'll all that up.
Yes.
So it's cheaper for us to get the allowance for the county. It's cheaper for the county to get the allowance than to get the, right?
I think they have a line item for gas and lube and all that, which represents to go towards a county vehicle. You see, so that would have to come off, because now it's gonna come out of your pocket
right,
if you choose to go.
with your own personal.
Like, because that's what it's on there for. You
Well,
see,
I-
so you're gonna lose $4,500 from your budget if you choose to go with a personal vehicle.
Well, like on the county vehicle, I don't charge the county for the oil, for the labor. We do all that change in my own shop. I mean, I eat the cost for the oil filter, alignments. I think the alignments I've turned in, I believe I've turned in a couple of those over the last 4 or 5 years.
But you have $4,500 in your budget,
Yes.
so why would you be taking out of your own pocket?
trying to save the county some money. We can do it there in my shop a whole lot cheaper than taking it somewhere else.
But we still purchase the oil and the filter and
No,
everything
ma'am.
through the county.
No,
So then you don't ever use that money.
some of it, yes, when we have repairs, it's like I said, it's coming on a 9-year-old vehicle. It does need repairs.
Well, we heard your request and, we'll let the auditors come back with, the figures and what we can and cannot do. That sounds good, Noe? Okay, that would be,
Y'all can decide on.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Constable.
sir.
Okay.
Every day, okay.
thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Who's next? Anybody here?
Vasquez up there?
Constable Vasquez, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, too. Is he there?
Vasquez?
He's on mute or what?
No, he's out from you. He should be able to. You're not talking.
Okay, it's on.
Vasquez, you there?
He's busy fine.
No. Lower your.
No, Marky, no.
El muchacho gordo nos llega a clase y la de los upstairs.
You.
Hmm? It's,
Okay. Yeah, just leave it on. Yeah, do it.
it's on. Wait on.
Yeah, let me fix it, sir.
Hmm?
Let's fix it, I'm sorry.
So we're not gonna have the.
It can turn on. Sunshine.
Just, I think my clothes not showing up.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Vasquez. We can hear you now. I think a little.
Okay, great. You got me now?
Okay, good morning. Can you hear us?
Yes.
We can't hear you.
You can hear us. Maybe it's an adjustment out there.
I think it's his volume that he's not.
How about now?
Really? They just arrested another one and you see it later. So they always try to take information.
Hey, guys, it might work if you either mute JC or mute the commissioner's court. You got two open mics on Zoom in there. One is the commissioner's court that's facing the podium. Well, right now it's facing Margie. If you leave both of those mics open, you're gonna get the feedback. Turn one of them off. You can leave JC on and Robert on.
Can you hear me now?
There we go, leave it on, like that. Okay.
Now. All right, go ahead.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
No. I didn't know.
Good morning, Judge. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Judge.
Where's Michael? He's doing something on his side.
You have me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Good morning again. I don't know if you heard me. Thank you for inviting me. Due to the pandemic and the year that we've had, I'm not going to request any changes on the budget. I'm not going to request a deputy or anything like that. I know what's going on with the budget, but I do want to make two requests. The first one being that we do take a look at the differences in the salaries. I've been asking for that for a while. There's a large difference between the salaries and even like Ms. Gonzalez said, the size of the precinct. I hope that's taken into consideration. What I'd like to request on the budget is the travel line item. I believe it was 2 years ago that I came in with a request asking for the line item to be brought up on par with precinct 6, which is a smaller precinct than mine, where I was getting a lot less fuel allowance. I'd like to request a $2,600 increase on that line item. That would bring me up to the same amount as precinct 6 on the fuel allowance. And that is just because, again, of the size of the precinct, and also because of the truancy and everything that was going on during that time, that we were making these constant trips to the Alice courthouse to sit in with the judge as bailiff. I know school hadn't been ongoing, but we'll be starting up here again. So I foresee these trips to Alice becoming a reality again. So the only request I'm making again is the $2,600 increase on the travel line item.
26.
2,600, Mr. Vasquez?
2.6. It would bring the fuel line item to 18,200, the same as precinct 6.
I think we had a question last time as to travel or for the reserves or for him. That's it.
I can't hear you.
Is that 2,600 for?
Oh, no, this is for.
This is for his
Can
travel allowance.
we request him, put in something in writing
Yeah, I
for
was
you
gonna
so you
tell
can
you.
get it accurate?
Yeah.
We can't hear it.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Vasquez, you're gonna do your request in writing, because we can't hardly hear you. The auditors are having a hard time understand what you're saying. So if you put something in writing and deliver it to the auditor's office, we sure appreciate it.
Okay, I'll do that today.
That way we can get
Do
it.
you have it in writing right now?
No, I sure don't. Not a request, I don't.
You can email it to everyone and attach everyone, Constable, with your presentation. We heard most of it, but I don't think the auditor did. So if you submit an email, that way we have it on record, okay?
I'll do that. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Vasquez.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Number 6, you see your church one?
He's to record right now.
Now we're gonna need a sound bar.
But,
We'll give
You know,
us
the thing is that we heard Michael.
It's something.
I think,
Right, it's
Mr.
on
Vasquez,
constables.
I think he's doing something wrong.
JC's right, yeah, something there.
It's not.
Robert, get over there and then come right back. Who else? You got anybody else out there?
I think
They take 18 wheelers full. Morning. I was trying to tell him, there's things that happen.
Louis, are you gonna be ready?
2 weeks of rain we have, remember that?
Yes, yes, we are ready.
Okay, because I think they should, let me get the judge so we can go proceed. Okay, I mean, if it's not too hard for you, we can.
But why are we gonna skip?
Because they're, the next is.
District
You wanna go
Attorney,
in order? Okay, we're gonna go in order, Louis, I'm sorry.
Okay.
is he available, the
Robert.
District Attorney?
Robert, can we get a
They know when to go look for him. Call him.
Robert, can we get a 10-minute break? You know, off of there.
¿Un taco, Margie? Taco, Eugene? Are we off?
Put it in newspaper, do exposure.
She should have.
Que sepan a lo primero que están haciendo.
She should have. Exposure. I know we should have done it, man, already.
Transparency.
I know, but they should do that already automatically, Melissa. Damn. I have to tell them.
Look, okay, it was Friday, this, so the paper was already out. Hopefully it'll come out.
Yeah, it will.
It's Wednesday.
She's not gonna have any changes.
Hola, Margie.
Okay, there we go.
Este.
I'm gonna go and watch it and then I'm gonna be calling people as they're coming out.
Coach.
Ay, oílo.
Este, coach.
Who made you the boss, dude?
I want my cake and eat it also.
Hey. Mr. Garcia.
Okay, who do we got?
Garcia.
Carlos?
District Attorney Carlos Garcia.
Uy, ¿qué le pasó? Carlos.
Yes, can you all hear me?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, commissioners and judge, thank you. I don't have any additional requests. I'm asking for my budget to remain the same as what had been authorized for this current fiscal year. In the asset forfeiture, I had already submitted a proposed budget for that, and I think you all will notice it's about 26% lower because the monies just aren't there. We're also expecting at least a 5% decrease on the next terms for the grants that my office has been administering. So it's going to be a tight year coming up. So as far as the county funded portion of my budget, I'm not requesting any changes, just requesting that the budget remain the same.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Carlos, for being efficient and frugal and considerate. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Noe, you're up, County Auditor's Office?
Yes, and I present mine to the district judge.
Okay, so we'll skip on over
Thank
here.
you, Noe.
Thank you, Noe.
Thank you. And then we have Mr. David, District Clerk.
Does that mean no changes? District Clerk? Yeah, because it was at 9:45.
Judge, County Court of Law, Judge Michael Garcia. You can proceed to him.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Can you all hear me?
Yes. Good morning.
All right, I'm in receipt of the proposed budget for the next fiscal year, and I have no requests.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
County Attorney Michael Guerra.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. How's everybody doing?
Morning.
Great.
I'm in receipt of the budget. I've reviewed it, and we have no requests at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra.
Appreciate it,
Thank you
Michael.
so much.
Thank you.
Mr. JC.
No change.
Okay.
Thank you, JP.
We appreciate you, JC.
Thank you, JC.
Awesome.
Sheriff.
Louis,
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Can you hear me?
Sir.
you want to get a
Judge, Commissioners, we are in receipt of the proposed budget and we have no changes. We are good with what is proposed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
We also submitted our federal forfeiture and our state forfeiture budget for next year as well.
Thank you,
Great job.
Thank you. Okay,
District Court, that's
District
Noe.
Court. You got that one, Noe?
Yeah, she sent it in writing.
There was no change.
Thank you, Judge Terrell. Okay, JP's, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Richard De Leon.
I thought he was gonna be here.
He sent a,
He said he would be here, but it's at
He submitted something.
Submitted a letter.
10:45.
There is
Email
a
also?
submission here, but I don't know if they were gonna appear in person or not.
Is he up there already?
He's got a request of $1,500 increase on office supplies, so we'll take that in consideration, okay?
Okay, thank you.
We have that on the file.
Judge, you mentioned some books that cost like $500.
The only thing he has on here, I don't even want to go into that because they're expensive. Trust me, and they're heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's probably it.
You just
He was
mentioned
asking
it.
for 1,200 though?
15. It's on the letter right here. Did you get it? It's not in your file?
Yeah, I got a letter. I got the email. also.
$1,500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll consider that. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Justice of the Peace, Precinct number 3.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have no requests. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a great day. Precinct number 4. JP number 4.
Is Johnson though?
Yeah. Not, okay. Let's go on to 5. JP number 5, Judge Vice.
Judge Pipes. He's talking.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And in receipt of the proposed budget, I have no requests at this time. I do, however, want to tell you that effective today, our jurisdiction has increased to $20,000. So I have no idea what changes we may have for next year. And hopefully that I will be able to stay within my budget. And if anything should arise that changes, well, I will be happy to ask for a meeting with you. But at this time, no changes.
Good, just so everybody knows, Judge, thank you for bringing up that to the record, that the increase of jurisdiction from 10 to 20,000 to the JPs is gonna increase, so. A little bit more work, a little bit more, so, but we can look at that next year, how things play out, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Everybody stay safe.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Stay safe. God bless you.
He didn't have any changes.
Mr. Guerrero, Mr. David, go back to the district. Yes, sir.
I've removed my budget and I have no request. I still want to get with you guys about my storage facility. Nobody has contacted me about anything. So I really don't know where we're at.
We will address that. I know that JC is working on his end over here with buildings, and we will address
I just want to be involved, because nobody knows what I need from my office.
Just so you know, for the record, we really haven't met since we last met. Basically.
I know buildings have been ordered and I never was involved in it. I don't know those were for me, and if it was for me or not. If it was, they're not even the size that I need, so.
To your specifications and require, we'll do that, make sure before we proceed, because none of your files have been.
Okay, have you seen the building yet? So you want to be able to be in the process of organizing it?
Well, I want to be able to move everything.
Oh, yes, okay.
Everything I have in the basement, the last time we had a flood, those files got wet. Everything that I have in the, I have files outside in my.
All over the place.
I have files in the judges.
Yeah. Well, for sure, David, we're going to be concentrating on the files at the mall. Those will be our priority. We need to get out of the mall.
Not even that building will fit what I have at the mall, Commissioner.
Okay.
No, we're gonna address it, and we will sit down and visit on that.
Thank you. Next.
Next. Precinct number 6. Justice of the Peace, Judge Rodriguez. Nope. He was supposed to show up? No, guess not. We'll just move on, and if he shows up.
There was a a handwritten deal here, no?
Yeah. Well, there was something that, the ones that were gonna appear. Yeah. But,
It said he was gonna be there at 10:45.
yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on to County Treasurer, Mr. Dominguez.
Good morning, Commissioners, and good morning, Judge. I have a,
What's going on there?
can you hear me?
No.
We can hear you off and on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You sound
Okay.
good.
My request does not affect my bottom line budget. I am requesting an adjustment on line item 12497-10500 of $5,710. This does not affect my bottom line. It's just an adjustment within my salary and within my budget.
There's a transfer or something within?
He just wants to adjust that line item. But it's within his budget.
Yes, that's why I say, when they say nothing changes.
That's the switch
Yeah.
to be applied.
That's what he's doing. It's gonna be for any.
Okay. Within the budget.
As long as you understand what he's doing, Cindy, and Noe.
Again, that can be said for almost a lot of people.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
So,
Okay.
and it's moving from
I
where?
don't know if you saw the handwritten.
That's $5,710 is coming from where? Mark,
I'm sorry, that's from salary and salary for the secretary. Secretary.
But
But where is it?
taking it from?
No, it's within the budget. I'm just making an adjustment for the record.
Okay, what line item are you
Where is
gonna
it
draw
coming
those
from?
$5,700?
12497-105. It's not coming from any, it's just an adjustment.
From your salary?
It's from the secretary.
Secretary.
No,
He said secretary.
I think it's a labor line item is what it is.
It's within the salary line item. It's just the breakdown. He has a full-time and a part-time. He basically wants to shift everything from
Part-time to full-time. Yep.
and decrease the part-time.
Yeah, that's
The only
fine.
thing that we're changing, I'll give that to y'all, is gonna be like the taxes and the retirement. You'll see a little bit of that, but I'll give y'all that tomorrow.
Thank you, Cindy.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Judge,
You explained it real
on
well.
this letter here,
Yes.
it states that they were Richard and Judge Rodriguez will be at 10:45, so just for the record.
Yeah, I saw that and they missed the deadline. No? Are we
No,
still
10
on
o'clock.
at 10:45? We
It's only
thought
10
it was
o'clock.
It's only 10.
I was thinking
Thank you,
9:45.
Mark. I think we got it.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Man, that must be on his end over there, right?
Hijo, eso that was bad. I don't know. I think either that or like Vasquez is too far.
Yeah, summer will
I know that, John.
Judge, good morning.
Well, no.
Good morning, Judge. You could come up to the podium, Judge, and we can go back to you right now. You're welcome right here, sir, Judge.
Well, actually, I didn't have much to ask for, but I understood some people were asking for stuff. And I would just like my computers to be updated. I know Robert told me I needed a new system. That's why my system goes down quite a bit. And I talked to Noe, he said he could get me a laptop for the Zoom, but here's the problem I have with the Zoom guys, okay? To magistrate. They have to fax the stuff to me. I have to be where there's a fax. And I have to look at the magistration forms and then send it back. And then magistrate the guys and they sign it and then they send it back to me. And then I have to send it back. You're wasting 3 sheets of paper if you're using the Zoom to magistrate. I think you can use it for whatever else, but as long as you guys know, this is it for me. You know, in 2022, I'm gone. Okay. I don't need a new phone to be able to do Zoom. The law doesn't say I have to do it by Zoom. And as long as it doesn't say I have to do it, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to do it. Okay. I'm going to do things in person. I go magistrate, in 30 minutes, I'm gone. Okay. They stand away from me and whatever, but that's the only thing. I considered asking you because I haven't gotten anything for my rent in about 7 years, an increase, and I have to buy the toilet paper, I have to buy the paper towel, the water for the girls. None of that is given to me. So I wanted you to consider at least $100 more on my rent. But I didn't get to submit anything.
You were asking for one computer, or what are you asking?
Just one, well, I don't know. I leave it up in his hands because some of that stuff is old. How old? I can't tell you,
Robert.
Noe.
Robert,
And-
what does he need?
Yeah, because I,
A computers, one or two?
two, and a laptop. And they couldn't, they went the other day to try to get that laptop I told you I had to work, couldn't get it.
So those computers are for magistrating, or you say you're not gonna do?
What he, part of what he was talking about was magistrate, but he wants to do it in person. In fact, told him they would probably get him a laptop to do Zoom
Okay.
through the Corona, through the money we have in the CARES Act. But he prefers to do it in person. This is for his personal.
Okay, for his-
The system itself, because
The system itself. And Robert, how much of a number would you put on it? How much would Judge Keno need for whatever system? Does he need two computers? Would you have a number more or less as to how much it would be? So 3,000? So that would be your request, 3,000
for the, for
And
the,
$100 for something
Plus
else?
the $100 for miscellaneous?
yeah, those are the only, I didn't get to,
Miscellaneous is for his. the
Or, well, he was asking
It's
for
for
water.
rental.
No, do you want the $100 for miscellaneous or for your rent?
for the rent.
For the rent, because we pay him rent every month. So he is asking for an extra 100 per month.
That other one is,
So the request
I
is for
don't
the
know,
rent?
I don't know where that would come from.
The $100.
I know we have money in the technology fund, but I can't tell you right off bat how much we have. If it can come from there or whatever you guys decide it comes
Well,
from.
let's wait and see what commissioners
Yeah.
says about the new system
Mhm.
and we'll take it from there. Now,
Okay. Basically, that's all I had unless you guys had anything else. Well, I have
Terry,
one
thank you
thing
for
to
the-
tell you that I don't understand it. You know, we're in this situation that we are, but yet our collection, and you guys know I only have one clerk, right? Since June.
Yeah, the other one is out.
I
with the-
keep, because of HIPAA, I can't say much,
Right.
but you know who that is. Right, so I only had one clerk since June. Okay, and I don't want to hire another part-timer because it'll take longer to train her by the time the other one hopefully comes back. So she's only on her second week of rehab. She's been out of the hospital almost a month. But for 2 weeks, she couldn't do rehab. She lost 40 to 50 pounds and she can't basically walk. She's having to do rehab at home. So how long that's gonna be before she comes back? I have no idea. As far as I know, Cindy can tell me if she's in short-term disability or not. We gave her the paperwork to do so. But so far, we've handled it. So if my other clerk has to go somewhere, visit her family, whatever, my office is gonna be closed, guys, okay? Sorry about that. But even at that, we're only at $3,000 less in collections this year compared to last year. Which I don't get it, but it doesn't matter. We're still staying busy, but I only have one clerk, so you have to be patient in my office because I only have one clerk.
Thank you, Judge, for the continued. I know that without the resources or the technology and all that, appreciate you still come in person, so that's good to help. It helps a lot
Mhm.
when you do come in person to magistrate. Nobody realizes or understands how that works, but
So I was surprised when Linda said, no, go ahead and talk to him, but
yeah.
you guys have any questions for me?
I really appreciate you, Judge. You have a lot of knowledge. And when you're gone, we're surely going to miss you. And hopefully we still have another year with you.
Yeah, well, it's that, at my age, I mean, I'm probably the oldest one, maybe Ventura takes me a little bit, but we're not gonna go there. But I'll be 75 at the end of the term. I just don't want to do it anymore. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop doing what I do. I'm gonna do what I do. They call, They called me yesterday, they needed me at the jail. I'll go over there. They call me to go, when somebody passes away, I'll go over there. They called me last week, because as far as I know, Richard's doing the jail, but I can't tell you. It's been 5 months. I've come ever so often. When it's my turn, I come. You know, I respond.
I, for one, really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, thanks anyway, guys.
Sorry, Judge, thank you for
so much.
everything.
Yeah, but anybody wants to know, yes, this is it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. God bless you.
Thank Linda Reynolds.
Yes, sir.
I guess I don't know the other day.
On us, we're gonna skip over the county judges. For the most part, everything seems to be, I'll address, I'm gonna address right now, bring it up, but I'm not sure yet on we've had an increase on calls for construction and permits and all that. Like Judge said, I don't understand it, but there's been an increase, a surge in construction and buying and purchases. So our 911 person, I'm gonna address that later on regarding that position. It's part-time, so we've saved a lot of money from the full-time to the part-time. And we may look at that, but I'll see where we're at with that later on, and we'll come back to it. Judge, precinct 1.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to start off by thank you, Commissioners Court, and also Judge Rodriguez and everybody else inside there. JC, I don't think I see you. But anyway, thank you very much for allowing us to have time this morning. Talk about the 2021 budget year. Earlier, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I have requested an increase on office supplies because of the magistrations and further. But after reviewing the numbers recently, I'm going to withdraw that request. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to withdraw that request. I requested for 1,500 for office supplies. I think we're going to need them, but circumstances, I would like to withdraw that request. So I am requesting that the JP office, looking at the budget, I believe we received some information from Judge Rodriguez's office and JC, and I believe we're set at 236,580 and no cents. And I'm hoping that after consideration, you will be, you know, that we are requesting for that budget to remain at that, at the 236,580 and no cents. I think we could work with that. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not asking for any money. I'm just asking for the budget to stay the same as requested. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay. Other than that, I'm here for any questions and anything. We've been real busy at the JP office with magistrations and inquest. And of course, I believe Judge Rodriguez kind of mentioned what we're real busy with. We're extremely busy. Well, I'm busy with the hospital daily basis, also all the nursing homes and inquest. But I am here for you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all need something, just give me a call at the office. And that's all I really have to say. I'm hoping and requesting that our budget remain at 236,580 and no cents.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you very much. Is that okay? Can I sign off now?
Yes, sir.
Or is it okay if I stay on for a little while? And I just got done with magistrations and I kind of missed the first part of it. Is it okay with y'all if I stay?
Welcome. Anybody's welcome to come. Yes, sir. No
Okay.
objection.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Let's see, move on to the juvenile probation. Huh?
Sylvia Adriana? Good.
Is she here? Sylvia? She hasn't signed in.
Judge, you're gonna go over all your departments or all gonna, like, I'm talking like.
That's why I mentioned, yeah.
Veterans,
We're doing that and I'm gonna sit down with Cindy and I think we sat down. I don't think there's much except, like I said, we're still budgeted for the 911 coordinator, right? The full-time position. So I may work with that.
I hadn't changed anything just because we didn't know exactly how the part-time was gonna work out. So I left everything as a.
That's, well, we never requested to change it. We just
Yeah,
brought
so
it
we're
down.
basically
So we may adjust, I may do that. So if there's nothing there, we're still within the budget there. Everything else is the same. I'm not requesting anything except move around within that, but we could do that at any time. Yeah, it's already budgeted, so we're not, nothing else out of the, out of the, all those dues, associations, all these changes we've done, it saves significant amount of money with all those different,
During proposed budget, we had discussed a lot of the obligations that y'all, a lot of the business that happened this year.
that is carrying over.
Yeah, so payments will start being due next year, so all that's already incorporated, and there's some big payments.
On the major items that we purchases, the
So they're
major,
already incorporated and they all fall under like non-departmental.
yeah.
Courthouse and building, so all that's already been negotiated, just because it's financially, we have already signed contracts.
Just can I entertain a 10-minute recess
Yes,
until
yes.
we get the next?
We'll recess right now for 10 minutes, 10:15. We'll come back at 10:25. Where's 10?
You know, on Highway 281, southbound, just past the Dollar General. Be out with 143099 John, 199 John. Be like a dump truck. White color.
Can y'all hear me now?
Due to funding.
Now we can hear.
I'm also
They can't hear us.
missing
They can, okay, they got it. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now? I can hear y'all.
due to the fact.
Hold
that,
on, Jamie.
Okay.
I lost the phone. So right now I'm asking basically on that one time, transfer that y'all do.
Let me.
Texas 23, 234071.
Can y'all hear me now?
So you're on that airport grant, we're gonna have to increase that by 25,000. Our part. We have 50, but.
Okay.
But,
Can you hear me?
We just
Hear me?
accepted, it's $25,000 match.
I hear you, Robert.
Okay.
It's not up there.
You can hear us. You can hear us,
Yeah.
right?
From here.
Yes, I can hear y'all now.
We'll look at it.
Get it.
Are we ready?
Mr. Smith, good morning.
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, Judge. How are y'all? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
You
Yes,
may
sir.
proceed, you may proceed.
Okay. First of all, I don't know what happened, but I have not received a proposed budget for 2021. I would like to say, though, I'm fine with everything that we received last year, and hopefully it'll stay the same. I did want to bring up the fact that we're doing really well right now, But the main reason for that is because of this COVID stuff, we haven't been able to detain juveniles. We haven't been able to send any juveniles that we may need to residential treatment. And that's obviously because nobody will take them right now because of the COVID stuff. So that's one of the main reasons our budget actually looks really good right now, which I'm glad about that. I guess that's one way to save money. But I do know once this stuff is over, things are going to pick up again and it's going to be busy. We are here at the office every day. We are working skeleton crews. Kids are not reporting to the office. They're supposed to be reporting by phone. We have started doing a lot more field work to where we're actually going out to the juveniles' homes, social distancing, honking, get them to come outside and visit with us so that we can at least keep some kind of contact with them. But as far as the budget goes, hopefully if we can remain where we were, what we received last year, that would be awesome for us, and I have no additions or anything.
Okay, Mr. Smith, thank you very much for your time. And appreciate everything.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Mercado, Rogelio Mercado. Do we have him on? Mr. Mercado, good morning.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. How are y'all?
Well,
Can y'all hear me clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to present to you, and thank you for your continued support of our programs and everything that we try to do in our communities. And likewise, congratulations to the court for, moving forward in a positive financial situation, given the pandemic situation that we're in. So congratulations to you for managing the county's finances in an excellent way this way. And my hat's off to the court. My hat's off to our county auditor's office and our treasurers as well, and every department head as well, for being able to manage and moving the county forward in a stable and financial way. I did receive a copy of the proposed budget for 20 and 21, and our department has no requests. We thank you for your continued support.
Rogelio, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I placed the Fair Association on the agenda for Friday at 1:30
Yes, sir.
to have a presentation on how you're going to conduct the county fair. So
Yes, sir.
I know Mr. Timberg was going to get with you, just the planning part of it.
Yes, sir. We definitely can do that on Friday, and everything, of course, is contingent with the blessing of the court and the blessing of obviously we got to follow the guidelines, and we'll do a formal presentation then for you on Friday, and then try to address any questions you might have.
So you're on for Friday at 1:30.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mercado. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
Have a good day. Commissioners Court, County Commissioner, Precinct 1. Commissioner.
I got a couple of changes. I'm making my part-timer a full-time. The trash and that we're not collecting receipts in the office just because very busy in our office. So of course, we see what they So it's gonna increase just by a couple of $100 in the salary. So then of course the insurance will go up some, of course. Cindy said our insurance is already increased. This year will be increasing also. So all these numbers, Cindy increased them according to what we were gonna need. As far as social security, insurance, retirement, all that.
Okay. All that's been submitted to you, okay. Commissioner, any questions? Anything else, Commissioner Gonzalez?
Road and Bridge, I increased it by 25,000. This year, we're gonna finish doing 4 miles, and it's gonna cost 100,000 to do 4 miles of asphalt work. So we were hoping to be able to do a little bit more, so we might have to use some of our contingency to be able to do a little bit more. So I increased it by 25,000 for next year.
Anything else, Commissioner?
We increased, equipment, because we're gonna need to buy a truck. Our trucks are breaking down, and the sheriff has helped us out with another one of the confiscated trucks. But we have a couple of trucks that we're always having to fix them because they're already old. They're the first couple of trucks that we bought when we came in office, and they were already old used trucks. That is it.
Okay. Is it two?
Yeah, I have no changes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let's see. Changes, precinct 3.
The only changes when I got with Cindy, was just some increases on material. And the reason this happens, we don't know when the increases happen. So we gotta wait till these numbers come in, and it's not that much of an increase. Other than that, I don't have any. It's just the way the environment goes, but cost of living.
Well, Judge, my changes are all within my budget. I can have 32 employees, I believe, when it comes to 16 as of today. We created 9 spots, and it's all within the. So, you see that. We're good, Owen? Anybody else looking for good? Tell us what we done.
We're done.
It looks like we wrapped it up. Right, I move that we adjourn this meeting. Second, all in favor, say aye. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
You all will give an email posted.
Yes, thank you. No.